Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda as given.
Second.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. I'll signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. And we are down to citizens' input. Has anybody signed up this evening for citizens' input? There are none. So, apologies. We are down to business item A, final adoption of ordinance 2021-518, amending Chapter 11 Business License Regulations. Ms. George, how are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. Can you hear me okay? Is that coming through? Yeah, okay, good.
I can hear you.
All right, good evening.
Good evening.
All right, this first item is to amend Chapter 11, which is business license regulations related to cannabis. I've received no comments. The city has received no comments that, to my knowledge, as of today. So there's been no changes to this ordinance. One change that was made was a revision letter to the water certification letter. That was just for the application process, just a bit of more language, more clear. So that was the only thing that was made. It is included in your packet. We've had one workshop and 3 meetings related to this cannabis, business licenses and land use. And the ordinance before you is just to bring in the cannabis regulations related to the application process and the licensing process. And that's all I have. And I stand for any questions if you have any.
Go ahead and open it up for questions from Ms. George regarding business item A. Does anybody have any questions or comments regarding this item? Okay, hearing none, I would go ahead and close discussion and questions for business item A and entertain a motion for business item A, please.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I move for final adoption of ordinance 2021-518, amending Chapter 11 Business License Regulations.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Carla, would you please call the roll? Aye?
Mayor Pro Tem Fry,
Yay. Yes.
Commissioner Padilla,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner Randall,
Nay.
motion passes 4-1.
All right, thank you. On to business item B, final adoption of ordinance 2021-519, Chapter 16, Business License Fees to establish fees for cannabis businesses. Ms. George, again, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me here. Yes, this is related to the fees related to cannabis businesses. Since this ordinance was presented to you, there have been no changes. I've had no comments. So everything is status quo on initial adoption. The other thing, we've had those several meetings related to land use and business license regulations. The fees will range from $35 to $250, and that's presented before you in the ordinance. So I have no further comments, and I stand for questions.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and open up for questions and discussion for business item B. Pretty straightforward. Just for the record, I haven't received any communication either way, for or against, for either one of the first 2 business items we've taken up. So for whatever that's worth, I haven't had any feedback whatsoever.
No, me either.
Okay. Anybody? Okay. We'll go ahead and close discussion and questions for business item B and entertain a motion for business item B, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve final adoption of ordinance 2021-519, amending Chapter 16, Business License Fees to establish fees for cannabis businesses.
I second it.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Carla, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Snowman,
Aye?
Mayor Pro Tem Fry,
Aye.
Commissioner Padilla,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner Randall,
Nay.
motion passes 4-1.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. George. All right, we are at business item C, the much anticipated Aztec Sparkles Lighting Contest, and how we're going to run that this year. Mr. Kotik, as usual, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Commissioners. The reason we brought this before you as a business item was so that we can establish whatever the award amount was, or should be. In the past, last year, we offered $250 per winner. We're doing something slightly different this year in that we're going to have the option of selecting 5 residential winners and 5 commercial winners.
So just kind of at large?
under
Throughout the
the
entire
whole
community?
umbrella of the Aztec Sparkles contest. And so that would be $250 for each residential winner and $250 for each commercial winner. And that's what the staff has proposed. Now, it's, if commission decides they want something more or less, we're open for that as well.
To be clear, we are proposing a multiplication of the number by 2. So
So-
we did 5 total awards last year,
Right.
and this year we're proposing
10.
10 total awards, 5 residential and 5 commercial.
Okay. Now, are we still planning on doing it the way we have in the past and just kind of picking our winner from our district or from?
Well,
from our
what I'm going to
district,
do, per recommendation of last year's comment, is there'll be a winner from each of the districts, but you won't be selecting a winner from the district that you're assigned to.
or- Okay,
I'll come up with some way of randomizing or whatever, and then I'll let y'all know which district you'll be
Okay.
reviewing and choosing a winner from, so it keeps it anonymous.
yeah, okay.
Now, on the commercial winners, we're going to have to work out some details on that, but my hopes is that maybe as a group, the commissioners can go in one of the city vehicles, like the senior center van or something like that, and travel around as a group along the commercial districts and vote on the 5 winners. And that's just something we're going to have to figure out, how do we coordinate?
Maybe let the-
like together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, as long as we advertise it, of course. And no literally rolling quorums.
Literally.
That's a good one. But seriously, everybody's getting it now. So maybe have a window of time, I guess. I'm sure you've already thought of this.
Yeah, and.
So the businesses know, kind of when to be ready to go and.
Right, well, and in your packet was the set of contest rules, which we'll be getting out via our social media, the website, and hopefully the utility billing, I think. And that's why we're doing it now, so that we can make the
Make
November
preparations.
billing.
Right.
So we're actually on schedule, if not ahead of schedule this time around.
Great.
If we can't do the group in terms of commissioners, then we'll try to figure out some way where we get a list of them, and then maybe have each one of y'all pick a commercial winner, and we do it that way. But that's a part of this awarding of a commercial thing that we're going to have to try to work through.
Okay.
But yeah, we will have the rules that we'll give out, and my hopes is the contest is supposed to start at least December 1st through the month of December. We have our first meeting for the commissioners on December 14th, I believe it is. It would be nice if we can have all the winners in, so that we can do an announcement, we can treat it almost like a Christmas present.
Sure,
and,
yeah.
Then waiting past the new year like we did the last time. Be nice if we can get it up front. So that's my hopes in terms of judging and awarding, is we can do it before the 15th would be great. If we can't, then we'll just hold off until the first meeting in January.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wide open. I think whatever you guys come up with is great. I appreciate the work, and I know everybody kind of anticipates doing this. And it's fun to get out. Last year was really cool. I had fun going around. My district didn't represent quite as well as I was hoping, as much as, the folks up in Cocopelli, but it's always nice to do a nice drive around and see the businesses and all the beautiful city lights that we put up and keep maintained on Main Avenue. So, yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I look forward to it.
Great. So I guess in y'all's motion, it'll be up to y'all to determine what the amount is when you make your motion.
Again, our recommendation is $250, and I just reiterate that we'll definitely make the 14th work. We'll coordinate with you in advance, because it does seem a lot more appropriate to get it done and have some enthusiasm associated with all of it.
Very short window, though, 2 weeks. That's a pretty short window.
Yeah, but if we want to be honest, most people are already putting up their Christmas decorations come Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that'll kind of give folks a little bit of urgency too, to get them out for the month of December, and
Yeah.
yeah, and know that folks are going to be coming around watching, so they'll get out there maybe, hopefully, a little bit earlier, and get into the Christmas spirit a little sooner or, rather than later.
And I think the community could use it this year.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
with what we've been through this past 2
Yep.
years.
Yeah, holidays are always great. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea, and if we have to adjust, we'll adjust. But I think that's a good goal to shoot for.
Okay.
Anybody else have any?
I'm just looking forward to riding around and hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, same.
Get a limo. I want a limo, right?
Please don't do that.
Mr. Murphy.
I just have one question. How are you going to award these credits? How does that take place?
I can answer that. Yeah, the award's gonna have to take place in January, because the way we do the billing, but that's what we usually do, is let them use their electricity through the month of December. The award comes in January on their utility bill, and then we note the account that it was given, and then we have the commission motion on how much the award is to be. So it's all noted for the auditors.
Yes.
It's a kind of a quid pro quo. We get electricity use, they get something in return.
So it's credited to their account. Is that the question you have? How they get it awarded to them?
That, yes.
Okay.
I have some concerns about this, but I don't want to play Scrooge. I assume the commission knows what those concerns are, and this has been going on for many years? Yeah.
Right.
That's what will happen.
I understand, the potential concerns and the fact that we've been through multiple audits through these things. I personally feel comfortable, but I duly noted, of course, and I appreciate you bringing it up. So, anything else, Mr. Murphy?
No,
Okay, thank you. Any other commissioners or have anything to add or any questions of Mr. Cotique before we close discussion on this?
No.
All right, thanks again, Mr. Cotique, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and close discussion and questions for business item C, and entertain a motion for business item C.
All right. Mayor, I move to approve Aztec Sparkles Lighting Contest awards in the amount of $250 per winner, awarded to 5 residential and 5 commercial winners in the form of non-transferable credits to the City of Aztec utility accounts.
Second.
All right. Excuse me. Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Carly, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Schroeder,
Aye?
Mayor Pro Tem Wright,
Aye.
Commissioner Padilla,
Aye.
Commissioner Randall,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
motion passes 5-0.
All right. Thank you, folks. On to item 10, Commissioner, City Manager, and Department reports. We'll open up with Mr. Eckert, the City Manager.
I sent an email to the Mayor and Commission regarding a FORSAD meeting on energy. Sorry for the late notice, but FORSAD has provided each city with 5 tickets for participation. It will be Thursday, approximately 8 to 4 p.m., and then on Friday, 8 to noon or so. So it's everything energy related, including participation by our local legislators. So I'm personally looking forward to participating, and I'll certainly bring an update back to the commission. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Murphy?
I have nothing to report at this time, but I do have a question, and I apologize for taking this out of turn, or if I may.
Please.
This CD that we're doing, Tony, is it insured? Is the CD insured for the full amount?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just didn't see that anywhere. And I meant to talk to you earlier about this. I hate to throw this at you right now, but the CD is, the principal will be fully insured by Citizens Bank.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Both of them.
Okay.
And I'm happy to provide you that document.
No, I just, your word's good enough. I noticed the credit union would not insure it, and I just wanted to know if Citizens Bank would insure it.
Not only would they, but they have the best rates.
Thank you.
Good job.
Sorry for stepping out of
No,
line.
that's fine. Thank you. Okay. Commissioner Randall?
I just want to apologize for missing the tour this afternoon. I had every intention of going, and I know I responded that I would go, but just didn't work out that way with work, so really bummed out, but I'll get with you guys eventually because I really want to see it. I'll see it anyway, but I wanted to get the full instruction on it, so. Other than that, I have no report, other than I appreciate our city attorney actually asking questions, bringing stuff up. Seems that hasn't happened, and since I've been on the commission, he's just, oh yeah, it's fine, whatever, which I'm glad that you're actually thinking about things.
Thank you, I just hate to put
No, that's
everybody
fine.
on the spot. I don't mean to do that.
We do appreciate you doing your job, so thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Lewis?
Real brief. Received a press notice actually from the Bureau of Reclamation today. I don't remember the exact amount of shortfall, but they're expecting Navajo Lake to be a shortfall next year. And that the water users dependent on it will probably have to reduce use by 7%. At this time, that's what they're guessing. And it's going to change throughout the winter, so we're not sure where it's going to go. And that doesn't include the 20,000 acre feet they're releasing for Mead or Lake Powell. So at any rate, it's pretty preliminary right now. But I'll keep you posted when I hear more. But it's something we're going to watch throughout this winter. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Padilla?
I want to thank you for your thing on San Juan Watershed. I've been out there 2 or 3 times during construction and talking to the people. So I pretty well knew what was going on. Very, very impressed with the information that I got out there. It's a heck of a project. Being raised here and watching that river for all these years, I was surprised in the way it was presented. So sorry I missed the tour, but I've had so many tours down there, and I'll continue going down there because it is a vital part of what we need to do for outdoor recreation right now. I'd also like to just bring up a final thing that next Tuesday is our election. I want to give all the candidates, the best will. This is not an easy job, but it's an important job for our community. And listening to a lot of our guys running, I'm impressed with the majority of them. Some of them not so much so, but that's part of being in an election. And finally, I'm very proud. My younger son is here. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thank you, sir. I had the pleasure of meeting Mike's son, so welcome again. Thank you for being here. Pleasure to meet you. Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, I attended EDAB and lots of interesting updates on the projects that Aztec is engaged in. I feel proud of all those things that are getting started, and it's always good to be at EDAB, and I encourage anybody that can to attend, because you will just be enlightened as to all that's going on in Aztec. Also, I attended the Oktoberfest Parade. I love a parade, so I had to go down there for the parade, and the vintage cars were, of course, always a delight to see. And just congratulations to the Chamber for another great event. And they're increasing their membership. Exciting things are happening. October was absolutely jam-packed, so and it's not over. They've got Safe Treats coming up Friday. So the Northwest New Mexico seniors will be meeting November 10th, and so I'll be attending that and bring news back for that. So, and as Commissioner Padilla said, get out and vote. November 2nd is on us, and your municipal elections are important. So go vote. I'm through.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'll try and keep mine brief. I have an ECHO board meeting tomorrow. It's kind of our annual meeting as well. A lot of stuff with, grants for food programs and whatnot. I'll be honest with you, a lot of it's kind of accounting in the weeds sort of stuff, but it's always exciting to see the scope of the work that an organization like ECHO is able to do. They are kind of headquartered out of Farmington, but they do touch into the Albuquerque and the northern New Mexico region with a big focus here. So that's going to be tomorrow evening at the Civic Center. I'm going to jump around here a little bit. Veterans Day Parade is coming up. So I've been hitting up my cadets and talking to them about it. That's one of the things that I can make them do because it's during the school day. So we'll be out in uniform with our giant flag that spans the entire width of Main Street, showing our pride and our appreciation for our veterans. On November 11th, of course, I want to echo that Election Day is 1 week. So about a week from tonight, we'll see the results of the election. The polls will be closing up, and we'll see the future, commissioners for the city. And there's a couple other things on the ballot as well. So I urge you to take, advantage of your right to vote and to have a voice in who leads your communities as we move forward. I'll be at Safe Treats, so come and see me. Come visit. I have some good candy out there. And I just want to talk, Oktoberfest was so cool. I was, I had a good time. I was in the parade. So I was giving candy to pretty much everybody. Even our cops got a little handful of candy from me. So they're out there hustling. The number of volunteers, I don't know how many, but I know that just for my JROTC class alone, there was probably a dozen or so. So I imagine there was considerably more. I saw folks all over the place. It was a well-coordinated event. The chamber folks were sprinkled all over the place. They were very cordial and appreciative of the folks visiting and participating. The vendors were great. There was food, there was drink. I didn't plan to spend $100 on candles and beef jerky and stuff throughout the day, but it turned out that way, and the food was fantastic. So I can't say enough about how exciting it is to be able to go downtown and see lots of people down there. On a weekend day, you see kids, you see families, all stripes, all shapes and sizes, enjoying our downtown area. And I think it's only going to get better as some of these things that the city has been trying to do over several years' time finally start to come to fruition and kind of come to this confluence that we're starting to reach. So it's exciting times, and I had a great time. That's my long way of saying that I had a really, really good time, and it was great seeing a lot of you all out there. And I know a lot of folks here were volunteering as well. So anyway, that's all I have, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to any department heads that want to make a quick report for us tonight. Okay. Steve, are you getting up to make one, or are you just moving your book? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Morse. Good to see you. And Steve and his wife Elizabeth were out there volunteering as well. I saw them first, really.
All day long.
Yeah, so thank you for that.
It was fun. It really was fun. Working, but it was working with people, and it was fun. I'll be quick. The first thing is there's a water leak tonight. It's active. A pretty major water leak, actually, on Zuni. It's flowing pretty good, and I think they're going to be out there a while. So, and of course, it's on the first cold and windy day of the year. So I'm going to go out and check and see if they need dinner afterwards. But it's around Zuni, and there's probably several streets that are probably out of water right now. So just so you know. McWilliams Road sewer, it's done. It's in place. They are connected, and was out there today, and it sounds like they're looking to move in by November 1st if they get all their approvals. So glad to see that they're going to get into their new home. Ruins Road, they cut off the street, the southbound lane yesterday. They have it opened up, and I actually got some pictures of the inlet. It doesn't look as bad as I was thinking it was going to be, so I think probably by the end of the week, they might be out of the street. They're still going to have sidewalk work to do, but hopefully that street will be open by the end of the week. And then North Main basically is moving along. The water and sewer is totally in. The stormwater is mostly in, and they're regrading, and they're looking to start curb and gutter, setting the curb and gutter next week. So they're moving along, and the irrigation is scheduled to be done by January, the asphalt by April, the concrete by June, and landscape by September. So that is a schedule from a couple weeks ago. We have a meeting Thursday. That might change a little bit, but we're moving forward. And that's the quick and dirty report. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
I don't have any questions. Anybody else have a question? Thanks, sir.
Thanks.
Thanks for the report. Anybody else? Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and call it a meeting then. Thank you for coming out, folks. Have a great rest of your week, and move to adjourn at 6:40 PM.
Lisa?